Oh,
good. You deserve.
Hey, Sam's back, everybody. Good evening, all, and welcome to Practically Tactical, the show that is dedicated to sharing with you the latest fashion trends, such as Flecktarn turtlenecks by High Spirit, which is super hot this year.
Yeah.
Okay, boys, what are you wearing, and who are you drinking?
Huh?
I changed the intro. Don't worry, I'm messing with you. This is our live show streaming to you on YouTube, no holds barred. You can also catch all of our shows on iTunes in a podcast format with a lot of beeps, especially this one. New episodes drop every Sunday at noon Central Standard Time. Be sure to put your questions in the chat or the Google Q&A app, as we will be answering questions live during the show during our dedicated Q&A segments. Be sure to click that like and share button as well, as it also helps spread the word about the show around YouTube.
Around the world.
Yeah,
around the world.
That's probably correct. Around the world. I've heard of this thing called the internet.
Worldwide. Prestige worldwide.
We put liquid paper on a bee. It died.
It went.
It died.
But me and Jeff have been putting in the man hours.
Bruh. Yeah, bruh.
Jeff, you look tired, man. I like it.
There's going to be things that come out of my mouth that, like I was telling you all.
Stand by.
Yeah.
Stand by. Eric Ebbinghaus says, "My bad, guys. Really sorry. Still sitting in this work meeting and not sure when I'm going to end. Should have been over an hour ago. Go ahead and start if you haven't already, and I'll jump in when I get home."
Send me the link.
Okay. Yeah. Watch Peony.
We got it.
Contingency Peony. Send it.
Doing it. Stand by.
All right.
Send me a link.
Okay. I'm gonna be quiet for a second. Nobody awkwardly laugh, Jeff. And we'll start the show.
Thought we were
After I clear my throat. Welcome to Practically Tactical, episode 50, brought to you by the Firearms Radio Network. The Practically Tactical show features a roundtable discussion about guns, gear, and shooting with some of the best firearms instructors, like on this show today, and figures in the firearms industry. For more information on the show, links to our guests, guns, and gear we discuss, please visit practacpodcast.com/050. Holy crap, 50 episodes. I haven't been kicked off the air yet. It could happen after this show. We've been trying. And Adam Peeny joining us might make that happen.
Hey, Adam Peeny's joining us.
Mr. Adam Peeny himself.
I've never met Adam Peeny. Hi.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Such friendly individuals on this panel. I can just tell right now this show is going to go swimmingly.
Oh, yeah. Great. And it's going to last an hour or two, I'm sure. Because I ain't got no baby mamas.
That we know of.
That's actually a true statement. I don't know. Oh.
All right. This week's show has a bit of a theme to it. We're actually kind of expanding off of what we talked about in episode 48 with the one-year anniversary show with Mr. Bloovman himself. Kind of in general, how firearms play a role in our lives, how guns, firearms change our lives, and some EDC stuff. So now, for a little bit of fun, since everybody has been on the show, and we're missing one individual, I'm going to pull out some old-school intros from some episodes. So our first special guest this evening is Jeff Bloovman. He is known from his firearms instructions based out of Philly, his amazing hair that is made out of real ghosts and metal that came from the outer world, and his finishing move is taking a high-point 45, unloading it, and beating you to death.
Pause. Ceasefire. Freeze. There is a reason. I did not find God, but there is a reason why I'm wearing a hat, okay, Mr. Humphreys? And that is because this morning I decided that it'd be a fine morning to listen to one of your podcasts with none other than the Navy SEAL guy.
Don Shipley.
Yeah, Don Shipley, thank you. And you told Don Shipley that he had the best hair that you would ever had on the show.
Hold on. He's told me the same shit. Have you been whoring around?
Okay,
Same
have you guys
shit?
seen?
Fuck that shit.
Have you guys seen Don Shipley's hair? Be honest.
You said it's better than my hair, so you know what? I'm wearing a hat tonight. My alma mater.
Okay.
Going on years.
I'll just come out and say this. I apologize from the bottom of my heart, Jeff.
Are you sincere, or are you just trying to placate?
I am very sincere for
Good
the
word, dude.
entirety of this
Great
episode.
word, dude.
Very
Nice.
Definitely.
I felt so good about using the word placate in a
Yeah,
second.
you did.
Always
You've been
doing
waiting
the
around for a fucking minute to use that word.
Yeah, seriously, that's a big boy word. That's like people that know how to like file like their taxes correctly.
Yeah, you just Mullen lobbied that motherfucker. Nice.
Whoa! Hey. Dust,
They realize that we're doing
dust
this.
covers with Punisher logos on that shit.
Humphreys, you better get control of your damn show.
No, it's just no.
This is going to fucking hell.
Oh, that's the way this show goes sometimes. That's just the way it is.
But
And
you
I wouldn't have it any other way.
But
We're going to talk about the show here in a minute, but our next special guest of the evening is Nicholas Smith, otherwise known as the Magic Man. Now you see him, now you don't. Nick is a firearms instructor with Weaponcraft who recently announced a partnership with Four Guys Guns, and will be coming. You guys will actually be doing kind of a lot of big things here shortly. Nick is also a semi-professional race car driver and a cougar wrestler. He wakes up every morning and pisses excellence. Thanks for coming on again, Nick.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hey, it's Cougar Slayer, and we addressed that last time on the show.
Except for dinosaurs, though, you don't prepare for the dinosaurs.
I'm not even readdressing this shit. Yet. I'm surprised half of you don't have every gun you own out and you're flipping them around. You guys are crazy that night.
Hey,
Sam's preparing for some sort of revolution in his bedroom. I don't know. I was confused. It was scary.
That was a long time ago.
I feel like, is this the moment in the show where everybody just temple indexes? Is that what
no, that was
No.
last.
We're done with that shit, too.
we actually did that a couple weeks ago too? So
I really don't understand that. As if muzzle up wasn't bad enough for navigating through stuff, I'm gonna put it up. Why?
Why not putting it beside your head like this?
Like, well, no.
I think it's a good technique. I think it is a good technique, and it does work well. But I just don't know.
Wait, what's that? What's behind Sam?
Is that a big naked black man?
What? Why is there a naked black man? Oh my god! What is that?
Hold on.
Oh, that's YouTube celebrity Argo J making an appearance in the show. Yes.
There's a naked African American man behind you, and he's armed.
Oh my god! What? What?
Oh, look who it is. We even have, actually, I would say the Godfather of gun podcasts.
The Godfather of Gun Podcast. Wow.
Keeping his head in there.
This is a shit show.
Hold on, look.
Oh my goodness! Now that's just weird.
I have nobody with me. I'm gonna grab a stuffed animal.
I know. I'm by myself, too. Very alone.
But
I have many imaginary friends.
Sam is having apparently a crazy party at his house, but he's our third guest of this evening from American Defense Manufacturing. Sam is a well-known YouTube celebrity, and the guy in jail who sets up conjugal visits for prisoners. This one time, a printer at Sam's work gave him a PC load letter error, and he got so frustrated they took it out back and demolished the printer with his bare fists. What's happening, Sam?
Not much.
Figuring it out.
Beard magic. I have to get real close because they've got earphones and we had no freaking clue what you were saying. So.
Oh well, the Godfather of gun podcasts, Talking Lead, has made an appearance on the show.
Yes.
At this point in time, everybody has to say we're not worthy.
We're not worthy.
We're not worthy. Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna say
I'm not saying that either.
I don't watch anyone's YouTube channel except for people that happen to tell Don Shipley that he has better hair than me. That's all my bone to pick.
Our YouTube channel sucks, so you're not missing out.
I only watch John Halpin's YouTube channel because of the way he talks on camera, and
You know what?
They're my favorite.
You know what YouTube channel I watch? The only one I watch
what's that?
is Range Time with Corey and Erica. That's it. I love that shit.
Why is everyone laughing?
They're just habits from the sandbox.
Jeff might be the best. That should be an Emmy. Your line right there is an Emmy worthy, Jeff.
Why is everyone?
You know, I was an actor for many years.
Stop pandering.
A very good one.
Method. He's a method actor. Really good.
I don't know. I'm more from the outside in. Rather no, it was the reverse. See, I never was good at that.
I don't know either. Now, unfortunately, our other guest isn't here, Ebbs from House of Guns, and
Let me call him.
I didn't have a chance. He's at work.
at work.
I didn't have a chance to write an awesome intro, but I mean, it's the big sexy himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Adam Peeney. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
I knew it was going to be special, so I wore my Ranger panties for Nick.
Nice. Get it.
Wow.
Guys
Get it.
out, paws out.
Yep.
Adam P.
Yep.
My name is Jeff Bluevman. And I want you to live your truth.
I'm living it every day. And it's because of you,
I want
Jeffrey.
you to live your truth.
Yeah, and Talking Lead here obviously sees why that we're not on the top of the rankings on podcast.
Ooh.
So
Ooh, somebody was talking shit.
about myself,
About himself?
I didn't know that there.
Boom, Nick, you just said something about you.
Yeah.
Damn, what are you gonna do?
I got a lot of criticism to talk about myself. Trust me.
Hey, will
We
you
have
get
one of those.
control of your goddamn show?
No.
Whoa, what the fuck are you cussing for on this fucking show? Dude, this is clean shit, all right?
Y'all cuss?
He always does this.
Y'all cuss.
Always does this. Always.
Lucky?
The funny part is we're not supposed to, but we can put all the fucks and shits in here we want to because he's just going to go behind and bleep them out.
Sam.
Oh.
Nick Humphreys, let me level with him. Sam, this is a place that is safe. We don't have to curse.
Oh, I can just feel we're stealing the hashtag tactile train wreck right now. But I love every second of it. So, like I said before, we're going to be kind of talking about kind of a general... Oh, this is going to be terrible. I hate you all. The only professional person here is Nick Smith from Weaponcraft. For those that aren't watching on podcast, you're a consummate professional, sir.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
And dare I say, flagged by the American flag behind you.
There's a reason why they call him
America.
Big Fist Smith.
Did you just mess up words?
I'm here to freak
All I was Dick Smith.
The space jammer on his side over there.
If anyone gets past this point in the podcast, they're honestly ignorant.
I'm no dumber for listening to this.
And never alienate the audience. I learned that during acting, but
Yeah.
I did.
We've been doing 50 episodes of that, so. But I'm gonna force us on here. As I talked about before, we're gonna do kind of a little bit of theme here, and you know what? Maybe it's good we have a bunch of different people jumping in that maybe they can share their stories as well. Kind of want to talk about how firearms have played a role in everybody's life. It may be a little bit, it may be a lot. I don't know, but maybe we'll find out here. But before we start, I kind of wanted to get some. And this is actually a perfect way to have Talking Lead in the house. I was going to address some criticism of the show, maybe, and get some outside opinions here from people because I had Googled to make sure I said it right because I maybe can't see the forest for the trees. So I'm going to talk about some criticism of the show, and then I would like the guests to say whether I'm missing something, if I'm doing something wrong. You guys are allowed to call me out from the viewer feedback.
I'll call you a scumbag. Go ahead.
All right, good.
All right, scumbag.
Number one, we're gonna start off easy. One of our 2-star out of 5 reviews on iTunes. Good guests, but the host doesn't really grab me. Sounds like a bunch of other average podcasts out there.
So
Now-
you wanting to be fondled?
I just wanted to make it clear that Practically Tactical is a non-groping, sexual harassment-free zone.
Bullshit.
I feel harassed every time I come on this show.
He's getting hit
Verbally,
right now.
physically, emotionally, sexually, in every way.
When I met you at NRA, you put your hands down my pants.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
This is not a fondle. Excuse me. This is not a fondle-free zone. I am personally heavily petting all of you via my eyes.
Yes.
I get it.
Nobody, even that dude whose head is half in the background, is escaping my gay X-ray vision.
Gay ray vision.
Never had a chick on here. You know that. This is like a sausage party.
Yes.
This is like barbecue with bratwursts.
Would this make Jeffrey?
Hey, that's
Jeffrey,
what it is.
Hey, for the record, though, majority of us are in Wisconsin, so that's kind of like, I almost said what we eat.
Jeffrey, would the show be better if we brought Steven on?
All right. So to address this criticism, if you're here for me, you're gonna be disappointed no matter what, because the reason that we do this show is to bring on people like that are on this show currently that know what the heck they're talking about. So like Jeff from Arm Dynamics, Nick from Weaponcraft, Sam from Not Range Time.
What? That was awesome. Well done.
God.
That is the reason I bring this on, because I want to bring you guys information, not from the regular guy who, guess what, generally 99% of the time doesn't know what they're talking about. There's a reason that these guys know what they're talking about, because they put rounds down range every single day. They test out gear every single day. They see what gear works every single day. They have a lot of greater data points than we do, and that's the whole point of this show, is not for me to come out and talk to you. Trust me. That would have to be the worst thing ever, is for me to sit there and talk to you for an hour, hour and a half. So
hey, Nick,
that's the point.
I have a serious point on that. My view, first of all, is hero worship is bullshit. You know what I mean? Like firearms instructors, karate master, whatever. You know, there's a certain amount of respect, I guess, within that field that should go to those people that actually care and try to put together coherent sentences to further people learning. But I think that the goal of the host is to facilitate a dialogue. So I think that you never at any point made any misrepresentation of yourself as far as, hell, handgun newbie. I think that you've done an admirable job, actually, of pretending like you're nothing that you aren't. Is a guy that's seeking knowledge and has been doing, I think, a good service of putting information on the internet so that other people can learn. So as far as somebody saying that kind of stuff, if somebody doesn't like you as a host, guess what? There's probably a line of them. But there's a line of people that think that I'm probably, some jerk off too.
I would never believe that, for the record.
Yeah, it'll jump.
So that's my serious point. Yeah,
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
That's I think Jeff, you're like right on there, and there's way too much, like you said, hero worship going on in this industry right now. Like way too much, and there's so much drama involved, and well, he's friends with him, so I can't be friends with you, and at the end of the day, like we all got in this business to teach people in something or spread information and to educate people, and we're getting so far away from that. It's just kind of getting ridiculous. Like it's not about all this other stuff. At the end of the day, or in the beginning of the day, I guess to say, it was about helping people. And I don't know, it'd be nice to see this industry go back there to where it was about helping people, not just looking cool and trying to figure out how big of a sponsorship check you can get every year.
Haven't I said before, on previous episodes, that I just want to be friends with everyone and kind of want to make a good impression and kind of try and do my little tiny part to bring this community closer together, and so everyone can kind of, like Nick said, share knowledge with everyone and kind of become a bigger part or smaller part of a bigger thing, and kind of come together more and just become this giant knowledge sharing, freaking supportive network of people, instead of like we're over here doing our thing and we don't like you because you know this guy and he doesn't do cool things and we don't like him because of this reason and they're not cool with these people, and it just is, I don't fucking like that. So
well, if we do that, we end up failing as an industry. It's kind of weird that I look at you over there, but I can look at you on the screen too.
I'm right there and here.
I'm everywhere.
Well, and no, I think that's the point of the show again, is to share information, which will bring me on to my next part here. This is I gotta make sure I say his name right. Chris Gill 154315. From humble beginnings to self-absorbed jerk. From listening to the latest podcast, you would come away with the assumption that Nick that he thinks he knows everything about firearms. There is nothing more than a know-nothing gun shop worker spouting off at the mouth just to hear his own voice. I had high hopes for this podcast at one point, but not anymore. Now, to address that, yes, I do work in a gun shop. And we think me and Jeff talked about this in episode 40. If you work in a gun shop, you develop this certain hatred of people that come in and that literally will break a minute into the gun shop will break the four basic firearm safety rules, and that happens 800 times a day. And I know, Nick, you guys got some up there, and I don't know how it's like up there. Now, granted, at the end of the day, I want everybody to have firearm. That's the end of the story. But you know what? There's nothing wrong for everybody's a range safety officer. That's what I say at our range. A lot of times we don't have a range safety officer. Everybody's a range safety officer. I think that goes for the same aspect of whether it be the firearms industry, podcast, YouTube channels, whatever it be. Everybody's a range safety officer. And so you know what? At a certain point in time, I don't sell Tauruses. I refuse to sell Tauruses for the fact of if I sell somebody a Taurus and that gun does not work when that person needs it to defend their life, then you know what? That is my fault that I was willing to let them walk out of the shop with a Taurus firearm.
You know what?
And I take that personally. Now, could that come off as a self-loathing, absorbed jerk? Absolutely. It could. I don't deny that. But at the end of the day, I sleep better knowing that person has a better firearm defending their life.
Well, I would challenge you, Nick, to try that, but herein lies the problem, and this is why they do not allow me to work in the front of the shop, and why I'm in the gunsmithing windowless room, is because.
What's the difference between no window and windowless?
Well, I thought that windowless sounded more intelligent, but I've been drinking Dale's Pale Ale, so what do I know? No, is that if you're in a shop type environment where you're trying to make money, people are going to walk in and say, "I want a Taurus Judge." You try to walk them out
every day, Taurus Judge.
But that's where it becomes a business kind of thing, as opposed to if you had a shop with just shit that worked. I don't know. It may work, but it's not going to in the long run because it's not going to be an unsustainable business. Because people are going to walk in and say, "Hey, look, I want this Rossi," which is a shittier, Taurus. And you either sell them it and make the commission or make the money, or you don't and you possibly lose the sale. People, I mean, you're looking at the gun-owning public. Well, I don't think that you are. Excuse me. But people look at the gun-owning public like this well-informed, excuse me, sorry, I'm not supposed to cuss, but, entity, and it's not. I mean, people see something in the most recent issue of Guns Magazine or whatnot, and they're like, "I want that, man, that shit's legit."
Are you making fun of my accent?
That's the problem, because I do always, whenever I try to say something real dumb, I do a southern accent, kind of like real southern drawl, but I did go to West Virginia University, so you can't hold it against me. I do have some of my best friends in the world are from West Virginia.
West Virginia?
I still can't do the accent from West Virginia, by the way. Hardest dialect I've ever tried to learn, that's my end of my point.
Where are you now, though?
He's in Pennsylvania.
Now, I guess real quick, I should do a panel update here. We have Zeke Talking Lead, we have Adam Peeney, we have Jeffrey Bluevin Arm Dynamics, Nick Smith Weaponcraft, we have Argo J, and then we have Sam.
we all had like nice titles and just Sam.
Hey, bro.
American Defense Manufacturing. It's weird. So weird.
No. Apparently, I'm from nowhere, so it's okay.
I have to stop because I'm so used to saying something else. And it's
No, dude, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Right. He's gonna cut me because of you, fucker.
Artist formerly known as Range Top.
Now here's the thing too, and maybe you guys can tell it too, is look at like the first gun you buy to where you are now. And this is kind of a nice segue into my next addressing some criticism, but there is this learning process to where you filter things out. and I'll let anybody hit on this for if they have any input, but after you try certain gear and you watch people run certain gear and you have ability to test out different stuff and kind of play with different firearms and gear and stuff, you do kind of learn of what works and what doesn't. There's a reason why everybody doesn't run Taurus firearms as a firearms instructor, because in the long run they fail. A higher percentage compared to everybody else fails. That's just the way it is.
You know what, Nick? And I got to keep it real always. Like that comment was because every day we live and we breathe, we learn something new. So for him to point out the obvious that, okay, you started out humble, but now you know more than you did when you started out. Maybe he feels like you know more than him, and you're in a place where he's not, and he's kind of hating on you. At the same time, like, come on, man. Like, what do people want you to do? Not grow, not develop, not learn the trade that we do? So, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, and I think, and maybe Zeke can hear too, is the whole goal of my show is, like just my YouTube channel, like literally in the description, it's about learn the same things that I do across my journey. Because, again, I literally bought my first handgun a year and a half ago. Literally a year and a half ago, I walked into a gun shop and bought my first firearm. And from that point of, we'll say, 0, the amount of data points that I have from there is just astronomical.
But how long was it after you bought that gun that you started and you launched a YouTube? I'm not trying to give you like a ton of pats in the back, but I think that it's good to recognize certain stuff. And how long after or thereafter did you open up a YouTube channel where you thought that you would get, or you are getting people that know more about you to contribute? So
I bought my Sigma in March, it would have been a couple days after my birthday, so it would have been March 14th, 2013. I created a YouTube channel in April so I could comment on videos and stuff. And then I did my first video, I want to say, in May. And I was actually just messing around because for those that don't know, Fate of Destiny lives in my area. And
I know where she lives.
Yep. That sounded creepy. And I was walking out of the gun range, and she walked in. And so I just made like this, and in my total sense of humor, I was like, "Oh my God, I saw Fate of Destiny at the range."
Who's Fate of Destiny? Is that like a singer?
She's a gun girl YouTube channel. And so I made a video sitting just in front of my computer.
She's a girl, you wouldn't like her. Don't worry.
She's just a girl that sings.
So I just made that video sitting in front of it with my little sense of humor, and it got like 2,000 or 3,000 views, like the first couple days or something. Obviously, something the rest of my YouTube videos have never done. And then I was like, okay. Then I made like this other stupid one with like my cell phone of like, hey, when you go to the range, what do you need? Because I didn't really know, so I kind of learned a few things, and that was like my next video. And then I really didn't start making videos until like I want to say September. And again, that was me sitting in front of my computer talking about Tim Military Arms Channel wrote a couple articles in Shotgun News, so I just showed him and I talked about them. And then that took off, and that's how I started making a video. Again, it was just talking about stuff I had seen or kind of learned. And then the show started in October, and and again, thanks to the hosts like you guys. You guys are why that I have learned so much. I've had the privilege of talking to literally probably the top 1% of 1% of firearms instructor in the world, and I'm privileged, and I hope the listeners as well take that to where, again, a lot of these classes, with you guys, they cost hundreds of dollars. This is a real privilege that you guys do to allow us just to listen to you and pick your brain about certain topics or different things. To where, I am extremely lucky to be talking to a lot of very cool people. Just tonight alone is pretty special, and 50 episodes in, no matter.
So Nick, are you reading off of the? I gotta pull this earbud out. It's echoing. Are you reading off of the iTunes feedback?
Yes.
All right. So what is your average star rating?
I'm down to a 4 now.
Dude,
From what? Out of what? 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's enough people that like you that you don't have to worry about the handful of 2 stars, 1 stars, all that stuff.
Oh no, I just think it's kind of I'm kind of bowling it up, or no, that's not the right word. I'm kind of I have one long one to discuss next.
Oh, this is the one. This is in the show notes, and it's a freaking long ass one, dude.
Well, it's
This
one
guy
of those
wrote-
things.
This guy, well, he said that he didn't want to write a long dissertation, but he did.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is one of those things to where I kind of want to do it as a check to me, because again, too, you always want to be open to new ideas. You always want to have that educational viewpoint of things to where, what can I walk away with? And I hope, too, we've said it before, from every show that people listen to, they might not like every show. You know, not every show can be a winner. Let's put it that way. But you should walk away with some sort of information. And so I just want to make sure that I'm not this self-absorbed, you know, I'll cuss asshole in front of everybody just spouting information.
No, I don't think you are. What's the next thing you got?
I'll skip another long YouTube one because the guy just has wrong information and talks about my wife's AR-15, which my wife doesn't have an AR-15.
Oh,
I love
His wife hates guns. She hates guns. She's anti-gun.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. We've all seen
She's anti-gun.
So a lot of this feedback comes from two things. Number one, we made a YouTube. Well, for one, we did episode 47 of things that should be removed from the firearms industry, and I said gun bunnies, and I named them by name. That pissed off a lot of people, aka Crystal Blade. And then after that, we then made a YouTube video with my guy at work committing suicide watching Crystal Blade's videos. Probably doesn't really help my ratings. But we trashed on the normal things that people in the gun industry trash, you know, crappy holsters, and gun bunnies, and, you know, just regular junk. So I didn't really think it was going to be that much of a stretch. But my last one here, the last feedback was an email. And he wrote, I had originally planned to write a really long letter picking apart your last podcast, but I decided it wasn't worth the time. Instead, I just want to say that your negative, elitist attitude towards fellow gun enthusiasts left a very bad taste in my mouth. I wasn't upset, offended, or angered, just disappointed. You and your two guests remind me of video game nerds bashing people on the internet because they play games on different console. Needless to say, I'll never listen to another Practically Tactical podcast again, nor will I ever spend any money at 4C Tactical Big Techs Outdoors. FRN deserves better than what you brought. I wish you success in your future endeavors. I will not be around to watch. Unsubscribed.
I love that. You suck, you suck, you suck. I wish you success.
Well, while we're on the show, I mean, I could definitely recommend Talking Lead. That'd be another great podcast.
I can't. I hate that
They're
show.
douchebags.
What's
All of them is a
I don't know
freaking.
what that is.
The reason I kind of talk about all these stuff here is, you know, I think at a certain time too, and you know, you guys can maybe hit on it too. I think it's a little different being a firearms instructor to what I do, maybe not, but I think you always want to look at, am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing? Am I approaching it correctly? Am I conveying the right information? Am I doing it correctly? And so that was kind of the reason for kind of going through, because that kind of leads us up to our next part. But you know, I want to make sure that I am doing my job of sharing information.
I mean, I have a question for you, because if you are going to be hosting this kind of show, I mean, does that kind of feedback impact you? I mean, I think, and I hate to do this kind of thing, but you know, like Maya Angelou. I feel like whenever somebody brings up her name, they say something douchey, but I think she says something really good where, yeah, Sam Cummings, you hear me talking about Maya Angelou, Sam Cummings? Huh? I'm just
What?
totally picking on him. But she said that if she read all the good, somebody was like, oh, did you read this great review you know, somebody did for you? And she said no, and they were like, well, why not? And she said, because if I read the good reviews, I'd have to read the bad reviews. Does you reading a negative review actually impact the way that you host a show? Because to me, it's annoying, and you know what I do to the people on my YouTube channel? I don't respond. I don't do anything. I don't bring it up. I don't repeat it. I just delete their comment and ban them, because most of the time they're douchebags.
Does it affect me? I would say a
little bit. They all do a little bit.
I think it doesn't affect how I do the show. I think it affects more of, I want to make sure that I'm not that guy, and I you know, that's what I kind of want to make sure. But I mean, let's be honest. Episode 50, huge milestone. Who do I have on the show? I have Jeff Blue. No, wait, hold on. That sounded really bad. What I was about to say, like I'm derogatory or something towards the people I have on my show. But I mean, at a certain amount of time, I want to talk guns and have fun.
Yeah, you only have Jeff Blue
Fun.
and Nick Smith, and then this other dude.
But I want real, genuine people.
Where the hell's Peony?
Smoking a cigarette.
Got eaten.
Oh, great.
But you know,
I was hungry.
I mean, you got to. I mean, seriously, the criticism is always going to be there. I mean, look at me. I'm a black dude in the community that's predominantly white. Oh, I told you, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
What the fuck?
Tuesdays and Thursdays. It doesn't rub off.
What? He's black. What?
But no, seriously though. So I'm getting a metric crap ton of negative comments.
A shit ton.
Okay, negative shit ton of comments. And at first it got to me, and then somebody was like, "Look, man, it's gonna." Yeah. Oh, hell yeah! Because I'm black. Because whatever, for whatever reason, automatically I'm a thug because I'm black and I have a gun in my hand, so I'm a thug. Not to mention I have 2 damn degrees, so it's not, none of that matters. I'm just a thug. I gotta hold my. Let me hand me that Glock.
Yeah. Yo, whoa. Say it again. Hand me that Glock.
Hand me that Glock. Right. I mean, it's like I gotta hold my guns like this all the time. You know what I mean? Like this is what I have to be doing. Break yourself. You know what I mean? Like what is that shit? And it's ridiculous. But after a while, I noticed that other people who would subscribe to my channel or watch my channel would chime in and comment, "Dude, you're being ridiculous. You're being ridiculous. You know what I mean? This dude has XYZ going for him, or what he brings to us is nice, or this, that, and the other." And I stopped worrying about it. I read it from time to time, not all the time because it'll drive you batty. But the people that are watching your show that really matter will support you, and they'll continue to support you. You know what I mean? That's like losing followers on fucking Instagram. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? This is my life. You're following me, and this is what I do. If you don't like me, you're out of there.
What's that new T-shirt I saw? Being popular on social media is like sitting at the cool table in an insane asylum.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So it makes no matter, man. Like what you're doing. And here's the bottom line: if you sucked, or if you were such a dick or such a douche, you wouldn't get the type of people that you would get on your panel anyway. People wouldn't deal with you. People wouldn't want to come on and do your show. So it doesn't matter, man. You know what I mean? The feedback, yes, it can affect you if you let it affect you, but that goes to your character, not anybody else's, man.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I appreciate the nice words.
I think Nick, I think what you need to do, man, you need to find the people that you respect in this industry, and I mean that's what I do. Not that it's the best way, but find the people that you respect in this industry. Like that dude, whoever that may be, is doing it right, and just do that, and understand like if they're cool with it and they think you're doing a good job and you respect them, that's all good. But I was the same way, man. I used to get all worked up about trolls and stuff, and Whitey from Four Guys Guns got on me about it, and he's like, "You're never gonna beat them." And some of the people like Kyle Lamb, obviously Chris Costa, those are guys that I've worked with and that I really, really respect. And unless they came to me and be like, "Hey man, you're fucking up," sorry, excuse my language, but unless they're like, "Hey man, you're screwing up, you're doing that wrong," if they did, yeah, then I'm gonna look at that hard. But if it's a bunch of people that you don't know, and then you go on to Facebook and you find out that they're a plumber, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm not gonna take tactical training tips from a plumber when I do it every day for a living, as you shouldn't take podcast criticism for someone who works in the airport. It's apples and oranges. You do different things.
And Nick's absolutely right, and I think that's based upon having a strong moral compass.
Compass?
Yeah, I said moral compass, Sam Cummings. I'm looking at your beard, you beautiful bastard. I'm kidding. But having a strong moral compass, because you have to tell you what you think is wrong or right. If you have somebody that you respect, and somebody especially like Nick, I don't know if those guys are your mentors or not. Nick, are those your mentors?
Yeah, that's very much so.
You couldn't ask for better mentors. If they tell you, "Yo, man, you got to check yourself for this or this or this." Shit, I get checked sometimes, and I'm like, you know what? That gives you, pause. And then, of course, there are people that you have fallings out with, who I'm sure that every single person on this show has had a falling out with, at least one, if not multiple people. I know I have, and it was
2 people.
Well, I mean, it's because your moral compass doesn't align. And it's like, you know what, we should all strive to work with and be involved with and associate ourselves with people that were like, look, if that dude did something, there was probably a reason. It wasn't just because of some bullshit or some ego or some whatever, I just threw my pen.
That was awesome.
Right.
Well,
no,
that's passion right there.
Yeah.
With the throwing of the pin.
I'm serious.
No, I think
I'm
that's
building you a 1911 and 9mm with a light.
With the 38 Super Barrel.
I got chills when you threw that pen.
Jeff, I only wanted to have a 38 Super Barrel, and I want some ammo. Well, I'll get my own ammo to shoot with it.
Just needs a rail. That's it.
And it
Just
needs a rail. All I want is a rail. It's got to have a rail.
Like Peony, you got like half your head in the thing with the dude with the hair. And what do you have to say about this stuff? Come on, Humphreys.
Hair guy? Hair guy? Say something, hair guy.
That's hair, guys.
All right.
Tennessee Jesus?
Oh, me?
In Tennessee.
Fuck what everybody else thinks. You know, do what you think is true to yourself.
Yep.
You know, ride out how you want to be and deal with everything later. If you feel like it was good, you can justify it to yourself and sleep well at night, then it's cool with you. You know, I am a big person that I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. My goal at the end of the day is to provide for me and my family and put out the best work that I feel comfortable with. That's not questioning morals, nothing like that. It's just progressing and doing what I want to do. That's the great thing about our country. We live in a free world. We can do whatever we want. Like say shit on the air.
Yes, yeah.
well. Here's
Yeah.
Don't celebrate, Frank.
the criticism doesn't bother me.
Country had all the permits and licenses to prove it.
Right.
I think this is more of my check of having you guys on. Again, every single person on this panel keeps it real. There's no, you know, not that they don't care about whether people think or say or whatever, but every single person that's on this panel right now would speak to me truthfully.
Lost otherwise.
And I think that's, I mean, I think that's kind of the point of having you guys on is, you know, have I become that self-absorbed gun snob that?
Yes.
No.
Hey, it does matter what people say. It does matter what people say, and for anybody, and I'm sure no one on this panel is going to say it, if they do, they're full of shit or they're lying. Because that stuff, it does make me butthurt. I don't like reading that stuff. I don't like having somebody come on and say that I'm this or I'm that or I don't know what I'm doing. Especially because I've been carrying a gun or making my living carrying a gun for the last 10 years. So for someone to come on and throw something at me, yeah, that doesn't feel good. But in the same way, you have to be professional enough to, I am not going to engage with that person because it's like arguing with a drunk. Like, you're not going to get anywhere, and it's like we're all kind of goofing off on here, or some of us are, but like, you're trying to do a serious thing here, and I do respect you for what you're trying to do. Like, there's a lot of bad information out there, and like, we can either do something to help, or we can just continue to be a problem and patronize people and just make them feel stupid. And that's how more and more people are like, you know what, dude, screw the gun community. It's not worth it. It's an elitist thing. I don't know. I'm not a SEAL Ranger, whatever, so I can't be part of it. So I don't know. I think you're doing a really good thing, man, but you can't fall into the illusion. That stuff it sucks. I hate hearing it. Every time I hear it, it bums me out, but it's just is what it is. You can't please everybody, so just try to do, you know, what makes you happy. And
to go along with what Nick's saying, too, it does hurt because people like us, just from what he said earlier, we want to make a difference in this industry. We want to make this an industry that will survive, and we're not going to hate on each other. We're not going to form these cliques. We have to deal with some people that we may not get along with, but we still want to make this a strong community, industry, whatever you want to call it. And to do that, and when you're trying to do that, when you do get these negative comments, it does freaking hurt. Now, there are some negative comments that you might get, and Nick, you may be able to say something to this, that will actually be constructive criticism. It's not necessarily bashing you. It's like, hey, why don't you try this? And you look at it, and you go back and listen to what you did on the podcast. You're like, oh, shit, that guy's kind of right. Let me try this next time.
Or you really are screwing up, and somebody checks you.
Like he said, that are, you know, they're sitting in their basement with a bag of Cheetos, which is my favorite comment on trolls. So
he couldn't hear you. He didn't have his earbud in. What he said, what he said was,
take the earbuds out because it's like, you know, those voice
speech jammers,
speech jammer things. That's what it's like talking on the earbuds and going on here. So I didn't hear what anybody said.
But he said, or you actually are messing up, and somebody pulls your coattails so that you can correct it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you know, and it's still all good. You know, constructive criticism.
Well, no, that's part of it too. Like, a lot of criticism comes from episode 47, where, you know, the theme of that show was, you know, 10 things that the firearms industry needs to get rid of, or 23 things.
But do you know what the major problem was with that show? You dissed titties. That was it. You dissed titties.
You just titties.
No,
I take
How
back
dare thee
everything
diss
nice I
titties.
just said
I'm serious
about
though. You know what I'm saying?
He deserves all the pain.
You diss
titties.
you diss titties, man. I mean, and people get. I mean, as idiotic as that sounds, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious because, you know, what did you really hurt? If that's your opinion, you're entitled to have that opinion. If that's what you think, that's fine. If that's what somebody else thinks, that's fine. Does everybody have to feel like that? No. But the majority of people, guess what? They got butt hurt because, oh my God, this is something this is a person that I look at, I like, or whatever, and now you just shitted on them, and now you made me feel like a dweeb because I like that person. So now I'm going to attack you. I mean,
Well, and to go a little political on the pro-gun side, and to think a little more esoterically, is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Is that fancy?
Yes.
That's
We didn't learn it in Tennessee.
oh,
logistical nightmare.
Yes, there we go. But if we end up in these little battles like Glock versus 1911, or AR versus AK, or what are you doing, Peony? You know, anybody that does this, wow, there goes my Tennessee education.
Oh my
does
God.
this is stupid. All of a sudden, we're a house divided.
Tennessee Jesus.
And the people that are anti-gun people, pardon my French, wait, y'all already cuss like crazy.
Yeah,
They
it's fine.
fucking love that when they hear people get just insanely hatred towards other people in the pro-gun industry.
Hateful.
Hatred?
Hateful.
Did I use it wrong?
Yeah, the word would be hateful.
Sam, you're like a golden god of correction right now. You keep going, bro.
I'm a master of the English language.
I have 50 education. Leave me alone, you motherfuckers.
Tennessee education.
Education.
I'll tell you what.
Boy,
But seriously, we've got to.
yeah. No.
I may disagree with trainers or manufacturers or whatever out there say, but I've got to stand with them in a way. As long as they're not doing something that's...
You know what, though? There's times when you shouldn't stand with people. I just got back from a bathroom break, but there are times when I think you shouldn't stand with people.
like what are those times, Jeff?
When they're pissing into the wind.
Well, and this, my comment is based on ignorance because I didn't hear the past.
No, so I meant it figuratively, not literally, figuratively, pissing into the wind. Yeah.
I think that there are times when you have to draw a line and say, you know what that dude is doing, or those people are doing, that's fucked up, and I don't stand for that.
Now,
Well, give them a chance first. Say, hey, look, dude, why are you doing this? You know that makes no logical sense. And if they're still douchebags, then yeah, don't stand.
and here's something I'll throw out too, and maybe you guys can agree with this too, is, and I appreciate too with you guys being very supportive, and I don't want to say defending me, just keeping it real, I hope. But I think a lot of us too, this applies for what we're talking about here, can apply industry-wide in the firearms industry, not just me or a training company or a company or something like this. The same thing can apply for almost blanket the firearms industry, can it?
Oh.
Say that again.
This kind of, maybe doing a self-check like I'm trying to do, or trying to make sure you're doing things right, trying to make sure you're presenting everything correctly, and presenting good information. And everything we talked about in this whole conversation, this can also be applied to pretty much the whole firearms industry. From trust me, outside looking in, I'm no part of the insider firearms industry. There's a lot of cliquish stuff, or there's a lot of misinformation or misrepresentation of products, or all sorts of stuff like this. That everything we're kind of talking about today could be applied to the firearms industry itself, couldn't it?
Yeah, but there's a hierarchy and fucking elitism. People. That's what the firearms industry is. There are hierarchies of where people fall and where they see themselves in social status. That's going to be wherever you go. And if you can't understand that, that's your problem.
Yeah.
Like, you need to understand your lane and roll in it. Like, I obviously can't, have lunch or dinner with like executives of Remington or Colt. I'm just not on that level. And when people try to step up into that level, and they have no reason being there, they look like idiots for it. So that's as much on them as it is everybody else.
But is that good? Is that good to have?
What?
Does that hurt? Does that hurt everybody having like a social class in the firearms industry?
But
At the end of the day, aren't all of us rednecks in white tees shooting our guns in our backyard? At the end of the day,
but Nick,
No,
check this
no,
out. Why
man.
aren't you-
This is a multi-million-dollar business. That's unfortunately we have to live in reality. I wish it was that way, but it's not. So
Right.
it's like,
We could all
is
live
it
where-
necessary to have that stuff? Yeah, it is, because if all of us tried to run multi-billion-dollar companies, they probably wouldn't be multi-billion-dollar companies. Because there's a reason, you know. In the same way, you don't take a business exec and put them on a range with 30 students and be like, okay, kick a class. You know, everyone's got to stay in their lane to a degree, but I think those lanes don't have to be like, okay, I'm not talking to you because you're not so-and-so. Yeah, there needs to be a little work between the party lines there, but no, I mean, in a way it does need to be divided because everyone has their own job to do.
Yeah, like Adam is in the fucking left lane doing 94 miles an
Where's
hour,
my fucking
and I'm in the
reference?
right lane doing 87, trying to merge over, but he's doing 94, and so he's like coming up on me a little bit slower, and I can't quite merge because I'm doing 87, so I got to stay in my lane until he passes me, and then maybe I can get in behind him, maybe.
Yeah, as long as you fucking know the rules, you're good to go.
And you gotta bust your ass. There are dues to be paid, but it's blood. It's sweat and blood equity, man. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like-
Nick, quick question.
Fucking ADM.
When it all boils down at the end of the day, do you feel like what you're doing is the right thing?
oh yeah, of course. I'll never change it.
And this show is yours.
I mean, at the end of the day, would I have Jeff, Nick, and Sam on every single episode?
What
Hell
the
yes.
fuck? You act like I'm by the room.
You're not a regular. I
You
was
are not a regular on the show.
Dude, reality check. Reality check.
No, he's
Make your voice heard, and you got to be a little bit bigger in this conversation. So, lest you not be invited back on, I'm sure
He
you
just told you, Adam Peany, you got to be bigger, bro.
better, it's 501, 401c3. I can't even say
You want to be on, Jeff? You want me to be honest? I don't know if he can be bigger.
No, I'm actually going down. I'm down 30.
I just thought he was gonna come over the table on that one. That was awesome.
No, he won't. No, he fucking won't.
Fucking nuts.
He will. He's fucking. He's down. He's down like 33 pounds, something like that. He's down.
I think he's beautiful.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Jeff is
His
such
hair's ugly as shit, though.
Hey, Nick Humphreys, what's the next topic?
All right. Yep. We're definitely getting to that point of enough talking about me because I'm to the right of Sam. I'm definitely in the right lane of Sam. Maybe two over.
You're 2 over, at least 3.
Something I kind of want to talk about from episode 48 is again kind of going this whole theme of kind of going through all through all these comments of where I've been and where I am now. Obviously, it's been a life-changing experience. The show, having a firearm, like what I talked about with Jeff, there is how much more of a confident person I am. Not because I carry a firearm, because I'm smarter. I research. I look into stuff. I try to be more self-aware, more situational awareness. There's this whole growth chart in regards to my life. And again, not because I carry a gun. That's literally the least probably important part about this upcoming discussion is I'm just a more aware person of everything that's around me and myself. And that makes me a far more confident person. And so I just kind of want to see if you guys kind of had any stories or feedback on how the firearms industry, or carrying every day, or kind of anything along those lines has changed your life, played a role in your life, kind of made you who you are. I was curious if you guys had any kind of stories or feedback on that.
Well, I mean, I got an immediate thing as far as you talking about carrying a gun. It's not about carrying a gun. I think the more training that I have, whether it's combatives or shooting stuff with pistols, rifles, and shotguns and stuff, gives me a better understanding of how fragile human life is, really, and how little I really do at the end of the day want to use any of these skills. And I think that until, for me, for example, with my mindset with all that, like, I don't think that I would really probably grasp that unless I was personally involved in shooting, in training, in that kind of thing. The fact that we can take someone's life, a human being's life, if you think about how large the universe is, and if we are the only, and I don't believe this, but if we are the only intelligent life, and if you kill a single human being, how much of a disruption that would be as far as like one of the most infinitesimally small things in the universe are that you probably took? I mean, that to me is
Butterfly effect.
well, maybe butterfly effect that other things are affected, but just the fact that if we're the only intelligent life in this universe, and this comes from I think it was Richard Dawkins who was talking about it, one of those guys.
Dawkins. Wow, we're talking about like some science atheism shit now.
My bad. I said I didn't want to drink, but but like, well, no, it wasn't Dawkins. It was I don't know. Who gives a shit? But
Dawkins.
I think that we should try to celebrate human life and live together as opposed to shoot each other. And I think that firearms, for me, has given me a much greater appreciation for that. Now, obviously, that's where the classes come in. That's where Nick and Sam and Peony and I, although I don't know if Peony actually trains people.
No, I just take classes.
There you go. Well, good. Good on you. But that's where it's like if somebody tries to impede and do what they wish, impose their will upon you and your loved ones and your family, well, that's have to eliminate them from that equation. But yeah, it's given me a much greater appreciation for that. Cummings, is that convoluted or stupid?
No, that's not convoluted or stupid at all. I'm much along the same lines as Jeff. Coming from a background of not a lot of gun carrying going on, and going into this whole like, oh, you have a concealed carry license, you should seek out training. Oh, you've been doing this for a while. Oh, you can talk to people really well. Oh, you should show these beginner people how to do this. Okay, you can help with these other people doing this. Okay, so you should share this knowledge, and you should build it, and you should learn from this guy, and you should start learning from this guy, and you should start talking to these people. And kind of this whole realization that you're the one that's ultimately responsible for your own safety. You're the one that's ultimately responsible for your own life. And however you go about doing that is your own choice, and we've chosen to take that responsibility very seriously, and that means defending it with the best tool possible, which is, again, a firearm. Your responsibility to be proficient with that tool is your own responsibility. Why are you making facial things at me, Adam Penny?
Yeah, Sam, it wasn't Dawkins. It was Neil deGrasse Tyson. It was an MP.
Dr. Tyson.
I was right.
You said Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes. No, it was Neil deGrasse Tyson. Now I'm remembering. He was an NPR. It was Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was talking about if leaders of any of the countries of the world were actually thought about things in that perspective, that there wouldn't be any more wars.
I'm getting ready to read a book that I bought the other day.
The guy from Tennessee. I'm just messing.
Yeah, give it to me. Give that to me.
Hey, we know about some
I'm getting ready to read a book here. Nick's a Marine.
Can you even read?
Yeah, I can read.
Yeah,
Nick and I are both Marines, and having both of us gone through boot camp, you learn there's two Marines that have both won 2 Medals of Honor. One Stan Daly, the other is Smedley Butler. Smedley Butler, Major General Smedley Butler, wrote a book. Actually, went on a speaking tour and then wrote a book after he got out of the Marine Corps called War is a Racket. I didn't learn about this book until I got out of the military. It's something they don't talk about. War is a Racket. He talks about how every war he served in, every war he did any action he did, any sort of service as a Marine in, either as a leader or a fighter, was to serve a military industrial complex, and how he disagrees with that, and how to eliminate that from the world. If everyone takes their individual responsibility more seriously than their personal gain, I think we'll be better off. I don't know why I'm trying to plug this, but I'm really excited to read this book. War is a Racket. There you go.
Hey, Nick Smith, you look bored.
I'm not. I'm just sucking it in. Just absorbing.
Sucking what in? What are you sucking in right now?
Absorbing it in. No, seriously, Nick, I think that's a really good question, and I always do find it interesting to find out how people either got in this industry or why they stay. And I think that's a huge misconception to the fans or the students or whatever you want to call them, that this life is super easy, and it's not. Like Jeff, you came on earlier talking about you're just burning the candle on both ends. It's an exhausting industry, and it's very tiring, and if you want to be successful, there's a lot of nights where you're not going to sleep and you're going to stay up and you're either editing film or trying to get ready for a class. And as far as this whole like gun thing goes, that I've never had a job where I didn't carry a gun. I was a cop, I was a Marine, and now I'm a trainer. It's all that I know. So I was. So for the gun, for gun industry and what guns have done for me, guns gave me a life. They, they bought my house and they pay for my groceries, and so they mean a lot to me and training and all that stuff. So it's definitely.
Buy my beer.
There you go.
I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry, dude. I'm freaking sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
No, that was a beautiful pregnant pause. It happened here. This show.
Hey guys, I've got to go. Any one of y'all are welcome on Talking Lead anytime.
Thanks for stopping. That was Zeke again.
Nick, shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Peony, you need to fire that dude. What we talked about earlier, you need to just do it.
Yeah, but I can't afford another homeless Marine on the street.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Hey, check this, Nick. I want to say this before you segue in. I'm sorry, brother. And I'm gonna pull out of here right behind Zeke. But I said pull out of here. I didn't say pull out of here. Yeah. It's just bad, bad. But seriously though, when we carry guns, we train, we do things. We hope that we have the fortitude to use our training and to rely on our training and fall back on it, man. But check this out. When my house got broken into the other day, I was thanking God that I wasn't at home when my house got broken into, because it would have been a bad situation. It would have been a terribly bad situation. I don't know if anybody knows what happened, but some guys broke into my house. They had been targeting me at the range. It was part of a whole big crew of guys who steal guns. They popped my safe open, only opened the first door, whatever, and took some of my guns that weren't even completed and some handguns and some other things. But I got all my stuff back. The police were Johnny on the spot and got these guys. And I got all my shit back. Yeah, I was, very much so. And that's another burden that was off my chest. What would these guns have done had they hit the streets? You know what I mean? That's my responsibility. Yes, it was in a safe, but could I had a better safe at the time? Hell yeah. And I knew that. But now, hindsight is 20/20. But I was thanking God that I wasn't home, because I was afraid to find out what would have happened in that situation. Not that I was afraid to necessarily do what it would have taken to get the job done, but I was afraid of the aftermath. And it's real. I mean, I hope I never have to pull my gun. Hell yeah, it's fun to shoot steel and to prepare and to train and take classes and do all this. But I hope I never ever have to pull my gun. But it is on my side every day, every second of the day. So, you somebody outside looking in, take from that what you will. But I mean, hell, I carry, I'll use it, and I'll deal with that after. That's between me and God afterwards.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to quote Sam, who I think quoted somebody else on the show, is we never want to use a gun to take a life. We want to use a gun to save a life, and that's why we do it. But
Exactly.
Jay, I'm glad. No, I think you're direct on point there. Of none of us know what that situation will be like, and the feelings and emotions, because guess what, that will come along with all that.
Hell yeah, it will.
But in the end, I'm glad everything worked out for the most part okay, other than replacing some broken stuff. So.
But in the end, I wish a motherfucker would. That's what I wish. No,
You can't say motherfucker. You can't say motherfucker.
He's a violent man. He's a violent African American youth.
Negro. I'm a violent Negro. No, I'm not.
He's a violent Negro.
No, right. But anyway, I'm out of here, fellas. It's been cool, man. I gotta go. Gotta get a check from the wife and everything.
Hey, Argo Jay, man, thanks for stopping by.
All right, brother.
We've tried to get. We will get you on the show here soon. Here.
Oh, I know where, but you've been saying that for the last year, Nick. I had to pirate my ass on this show.
Hey, I'll do a show with him.
Okay, it's on.
I like it.
I had to show what kind of a pirate I really am. I had to pirate my way onto your fucking show, man.
I'm Jeff, and
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Fuck.
Think you're slick. I love the fucking ass, though.
Don't think customs. Oh no.
No, I'm seriously no.
I'll do a show with him, Humphreys.
Anyway,
All right, it's on.
later.
See
But-
ya.
That was Argo Jake stopping in. That was Zeke from Talking Lead. Obviously, awesome guys. Go find them out here. But I'm gonna have one last thing here, and then we'll wrap it up. We're kind of going long, and I don't know. The show turned into something crazy different, but I think it's absolutely awesome. Everything we have talked about, and again, kind of just off this kind of last thing, I'll wrap it up, and you guys can throw any thoughts in that you guys might have on this whole firearms crazy thing that we're into. Is now that I've been carrying for a while, I can't imagine going and living my life a different way. Like where I am at now, I just can't imagine ever going back to being that way, or not having the same type of attitude or yearning for learning. That rhymes. I should trademark that. But how my life has positively changed is just so immenseful that I don't think you could really say, oh, I've gotten this much better, this percentage better, or I've increased by this much. It's one of those things to where if I had a plot, if my life was on a plot of everything, it's off the charts to where my life is so much more positive because of firearms and the people that I've met through firearms, and the people like you guys that have taught me information that I have now incorporated into my daily life. Like, I want to write some nice stuff about everybody that was on the show tonight, and I didn't get a chance to, but there's like specific moments that I can go back to, like that just I walk away from this show that stuff sticks with me. Like Sam talking about, we never use a gun to take a life, we use it to save a life. Or episode 14 when we had Nick and Four Guys Guns on, of one of those little things of Whitey talks about press checking before every day he leaves leaves the house or go to work or go visit Nick at Weaponcraft, whatever. That's something I incorporated now too. I didn't do that now before. Every day in the morning I press check to make sure it's loaded. Those little things that I walk away with from this show, and I hope all the listeners out there walk away with these things too, is I am just so far better as a person, and so far better as a individual in looking at the responsibility for my community, whatever parts I have that I wouldn't trade it for the world. That was very sappy too, by the way. So sappy.
It's alright, just being honest, man. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know if you guys had anything along those lines or think the same way, but that's just kind of where I'm at. Nothing.
I don't trust Sam.
You guys just making faces at each other. I'm being all serious here, pouring out my heart, yo.
No, you poured out your heart, but did you think that it would fall to more, I wouldn't say deaf ears, but this is why your show, because I can't compose sentences. But I'm having a great time texting your the other people on the show while you're talking. Now, Nick, you've done a great job, man, and it's been a tremendous pleasure. And my whole thing is that I don't do anything unless people ask me to do it. So it's been very helpful to me, and many people that I like and respect, and new people that are getting involved in the industry have said they saw me on this show. So I'm very happy to be part of this, and I like your guests very much. Now the dude that was next to you, Sam, what's his name?
Argo J.
And he has a channel?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, he has a YouTube
So it's a really big channel then. Oh, I'm the stupid idiot, right?
No, dude, I don't freaking watch this channel. Dude.
I don't watch any of your channels. I want you to know that. If I'm on the internet and I'm watching movies, it's pornography. And well, I'm going to say the truth. It's post 11. Sam, that is inappropriate and rude, the gesture that you made for the podcast.
What are you talking about?
What was that gesture, Sam?
It didn't say it was inappropriate. Now, Adam Peeny, now you've got to send me free gear, and you make something about ARs. Of course, I don't know. I'm not. Honestly, the first time that I heard about your company, Adam Peeny, was when Sam started working for you. Because that's how little I give a shit about the firearms industry. I don't care. It's all bullshit. I'll buy a fucking Stag Arms or a Colt before. Just, Nick Smith! Your eyes. I'm sure that Adam Peeny has more money than I could spend in a fucking lifetime. But I'm gonna tell him.
Jeffrey, go to bed.
Okay, I'm kidding, Adam Peeny. American Defense Manufacturing is a huge manufacturer. You make more money than I do.
We are going to talk about this tomorrow, and this is why we don't drink on the show.
I warn Humphreys.
Because you do give a shit about the firearms industry a lot, because it's good.
You give a lot of shits. You give many shits.
Right, and you didn't mean that.
Good night.
Good night, Jeffrey.
Right. I'm gonna just spend a couple more minutes here. Then we're gonna wrap it up here. It's something we kind of wanted to. I don't know. That sounded terrible, didn't it?
This is gonna fucking ruin some people's careers.
Oh. Dude, I'm gonna have
You guys wonder why I'm over here just sitting here being quiet. I'm just letting you guys.
This is Nick. This is Nick. The whole show. This is Nick. Shut up. Just don't say anything.
You guys just want to watch
Shut
the
up.
world.
Be quiet. Shut up.
Just
shut up.
He talked about the girls with the gun thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I got business partners that are watching this shit. They're like, go ahead, Smith. Go ahead and run your mouth. See what happens to
Is
you.
that why you're so quiet? Because
I'm just, whatever.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with just posing in front of American flag.
Hey, nope. Just trying to be professional.
That's right.
You're wearing your fucking beanie, your freaking coyote beanie there.
I'm in my garage. I live in Maine. It's cold.
Yeah, how about you get a fucking shave and a haircut there?
why would you actually live in Maine?
It's not a statement. It's just 30 degrees.
No, but why would
You
you
want to look
actually
professional? Get a shave and a haircut.
I have a serious question. Why would you actually? I mean, like Maine. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but why would you actually live there?
I'm from here.
Fucking cold.
I grew up
Yeah,
here.
but why would you want to live there though?
Yeah, right.
Because I don't know. I enjoy it. I enjoy
Why?
the mountains.
There's mountains in other states too.
What? Why are Humphreys take control
I
of your
know.
show?
I don't know what the main
Well, I
hate.
don't even know what we're talking about right now.
All right, I'm gonna move on to some EDC stuff because I thought it'd be kind of fun. What's that?
Dude, I'm coming out here with Jeff.
Cackling. Oh.
Sorry.
All right.
My bad.
I swear this will be the last part of the show. Then we're gonna wrap it up. This seriously though has by far been one of my favorite episodes, just because of you guys. You guys are just amazing.
How much fucking
In other words,
do you have?
not enough. Trust me, not enough. You were how much drinking it's gonna take to edit this podcast? A lot. Let's put it that way. But I kind of want to talk about some EDC stuff because there's, for me, my EDC has changed obviously through the past year and a half. So I was curious about you guys, if you guys would be willing to share what your EDC is, what your general everyday carry is. And I'm going to go from left to right on my screen. So I'm going to go Peony, Jeff, Nick, then Sam, then I'll go last. You guys can make fun of me, and we'll wrap up the show. Sound good?
Say it again.
That is some inappropriate texting going on, and I'm 100% sure of it.
I love his beard. You know that Sam Cummings is a golden retriever.
I am.
Nicest friend you could ever
I
hope.
am.
Yep.
He's a good boy.
Peony,
He's a good boy.
what's your EDC?
He's a good boy.
Who's a good boy?
Well, I'm a chocolate lab, so I'm right there with you. I'm like,
He's bad and you get shit on the nose with newspaper.
My spirit animal is a golden retriever.
Okay. Adam Peony, what's your spirit animal and what's your EDC?
Oh shit.
It's nothing because he's a fucking pussy.
no.
Oh, here we go. Here we
You
go.
can't say your own. Excuse me. You can't say your own spirit animal. This is a very personal thing.
You picked your own.
No, he didn't pick his own actually.
You just said he was.
Yeah, but he didn't pick that. It's been predetermined.
Oh, okay. So this
I have a couple of questions, real quick. Nick, not to still your thing. But hold on, Adam, do you get cold often?
No, I'm fat.
Right. do you like eating fish? And I'm talking about real fish.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. And when you walk around, do you ever think about just looking at someone and just going, "Arrgh!"
Ah! Yeah.
You're a polar bear, bro.
Oh,
All right, what is Nick's spirit
in certain
animal?
circles, that's not a good thing.
A polar bear is not a good thing. Excuse me?
Polar bears are a fantastic thing.
In South
Dude, if I was a polar bear, I would destroy the neighbors' cars. I'd be like, I knew that there was food in there. When the cops would call, they'd be like, I thought there was food in there. I couldn't help myself. I was a polar bear. That's why I went at it with a baseball bat. Science.
Okay, what is Nick's signal?
Are you guys pointing guns at each other?
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Jesus Christ.
Nick,
Oh, man.
What is Nick's spirit animal? We have to figure this out now.
I
Everybody
don't
needs
know.
one.
Nick has been really, really shady and quiet this episode, and I'm kind of I don't want to I don't know I
You
don't
could
know.
say cunningly so.
I don't know him anymore.
I would say cunning I'd say a fox.
No.
Holy shit, that was a really good guess.
Yeah.
Right, bro. But not a red fox. Like some kind of fox that like can blend in when it's standing next to a tree.
The gray fox.
A gray fox? Is that a real creature?
Yes, it is.
A gray fox.
It lives in Oklahoma. It's a
Decided.
gray fox.
Done.
You guys are crazy.
I think he's judging us.
All right,
Yeah, he is.
Adam.
I've got a whole SWAT team to train tomorrow, and you guys are just fucking talking about gray foxes, and I don't even. Sam, you're a good guy, and Jeff, I love you, and Adam, you're really good. Sam, you're just drunk. I don't even
Dude,
know.
I've had less to drink than freaking Adam has tonight.
Well, it's not showing.
Adam, what do you drink? Is that vodka?
Yeah, he's found him Tito's vodka.
Hey, it's gluten-free and low-calorie.
Oh my god.
Okay, Nick, you're like the only one that listens to me, so I appreciate that. Nick Smith, what is your EDC carry? Now that we've covered the spirit animal thing.
I carry a Glock 26 appendix. I carry a Surefire bag of light with a theorem on it.
Yes, the theorem. We both love the theorem.
I carry a pocket knife, and I carry the operator band from RE Factor Tactical.
What is that?
It's a survival band.
Yeah, it's got some stuff in it. It's not just cord. It's got line in it. It's got fishing line in it. And actually, this is kind of cool. In the buckle itself, I'm not showing it right. There we go. It's got a handcuff key in it, which is kind of cool.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's pretty cool, and they're really good guys, and they're veterans and stuff. So it's cool to support them. But yeah, that's my ADC. Keep it pretty simple.
What kind of knife do you have?
Let's see. I'm not a huge knife guy. I don't claim to be.
You don't need to be. They're all the same.
It's a Mill Spy 3.5 made by, I assume, Tops, maybe. I don't know. It was given me. It's a nice knife.
It's a knife.
99% of the time, it cuts open boxes.
Does it cut things? Does it cut things?
Someplace found.
Yes, Sam. It cuts things.
Hey, Nick Smith,
Yes, sir.
what did I just text you?
Hey, Adam, shut your mouth.
Jeff, what's your EDC?
Well, I go a little bit further.
Oh my God, did you carry freaking everything?
Good. I'm curious.
Prepare for a dissertation.
Listen, I am a member of two groups that are universally hated. Okay, that's one, Jewish people, and two, come on, we're the scapegoat of the universe. No, I mean I would say that if I was sober. And two is gay people. So I need
the gays.
A gay Jew is like it's like the trifecta. It's
Dude,
like
if you're black, that'd be the worst thing ever.
it's like if somebody killed me, it's like holy shit, you win the game, right? So I carry Get yourself under control. So I carry a Glock 17A, what I'm calling Glock 17A, which is a Glock 17 that's been abbreviated to accept Glock 19 mag. A spare 17-round magazine. I like how Peony put up his face picture so he can go off and laugh in the bathroom. Let's see, a spare 17-round magazine. They all are loaded with 147 grain Federal HSTs. They're all housed in Filster stuff, and then I carry either a clinch pick, which I just recently lost. So I'm carrying back a TDI in a.
You lost your clinch pick? Are you fucking kidding me?
Excuse me?
You lost your clinch pick?
I don't know where it went. I think I put it somewhere, but I it was one of those things where like you put it somewhere that you can't forget, and then you forget where you put it.
Yeah, you left it on my bedside table. I'm sorry. I'm wearing it now, so sorry.
Hey. So, and then I have a Spyderco Enduro Wave and a LX Lumax or a G2X Tactical with a Raven concealment clip, which I really, really like. A Glock 26 and a TacMed Solutions ankle wrap. And what else? I'm just going, it's been a long day, but that's everything that I carry on a daily basis, all day, 24/7.
Okay. Peony, what about you?
Plus a cell phone.
Mine's usually Glock 17 or Glock 19 and a Raven concealment holster, a Spyderco Cal, Surefire, what's that new, the E1D, and that's really about it.
All right. Sam, what about you?
Right now I'm carrying a Glock 17 with a 19-round magazine in it because reasons. A Surefire G2 with the Theorem on it.
I like how he says reasons.
It also has a threaded barrel because of reasons.
That is so I've had too much to drink. So.
No, it's not. It's because freaking reason.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
Because I can effectively conceal a Glock 17 with an extended magazine. It's in a Filster Access holster, which I've already talked about before. It's the best. And a knife.
A knife.
Yeah, it's a zero tolerance. It's a zero tolerance knife. Yeah. It's the Ken Onion design. This one. It's this one.
Well,
this
knife.
It cuts like Nick said, it cuts open boxes really well.
Whoa! Don't. Flinch. Response.
Whoa, CFS.
I'm not going into that.
I was totally hoping Ebbs would be on because I was going to say the most important thing I carry is a hog fob. So for those out there that can't run an AK good, if you take this thing right here, it's worth the $40 and put it in your AK. This thing right here will make your AK shoot half MOA at 100.
It only works in crank off, silly.
I'm sorry. The other part of my EDC is my keychain, which is an ASP Defender with a little lighter, just in case you need to smoke that cigarette after the act. And then, shut up, Petey! Nobody asked you.
I seen it.
Here's the thing. You know what the funny thing is? This won't hurt me because my students know exactly what they're buying into. And then a Rescue Me. Which
Are you a fucking janitor when you're not training?
Yeah. Are you a janitor when you're not training?
Because holy fuck, that's a lot of keys.
Listen, guys, I can flail you with my keys.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know it either.
Yes, you do.
You guys even know the English language. You got Sam Cummins here with a beard that's the size of Nevada. You got Nick here who looks like he's a shaded out thug sitting in a back alley about to deal goddamn methamphetamine. And you got Peony here who looks like he's about to serve you ice cream. And this is all nonsense.
Oh my God, serve ice cream. That's the funniest. That might be the funniest line I've ever heard on this show. I got to be honest. Oh, that was awesome. All right, I'm gonna do my ADC here, and then we will end this train wreck. So and I'll just put that out, if somebody's still watching to this point, I'm pretty sure if you contact Jeff or Nick, they'll give you a free class. If you watched or listened to this whole thing, they'll give you a free class.
No free classes.
Nick's shaking his head for those listening on podcast.
Yeah, you shoot me an email at nick@weaponcrafttraining.com, and I will hook you up.
No, seriously, Nick, are you giving free class because you were on there?
If you can show me that you watched this entire, fuck it. How long have we been talking? An hour? If you've done 30 minutes of this thing, and it is a thing, Nick, you are good. The rest of you are a bunch of drunks. You need to get some counseling and find some Jesus. If you can watch 30 minutes of this, you can come to a class with me for free.
There you go.
That includes you guys. You guys can come, because you technically watched it for more than 30 minutes.
Flailing.
You just grab another beer, Cummings.
Yep.
Holy
All right, I'm going to do my EDC here. Now, mine's a little different, seeming I work every day.
Look at Beanie. He's drinking from the
bottle. All right, I'm going to power through this, I swear. I will try to make
what?
it. All right, so.
What are you going to power through?
My EDC.
What do you? Oh, we're gonna tear this shit apart. Okay, let's go.
Go, bring it on. All right. So obviously,
bring it on. Bring it on. Really?
You're going to anyways.
Silver Hills, freaking country club ass, fucking Gucci. I freaking hunt with shotguns one time a year, motherfucker.
You have to worry about that. We don't drive Bentleys.
So much hostility.
Hey, I know. All right, so
so much hostility.
I work often, so I open carry because guess what's the easiest way to sell a gun in a gun shop? You open carry and show them your gun. It's very simple.
Yeah, you open carry in a white Cryptek holster. That's fucking great.
Awesome. What are you talking about? Yeti, by the way, Yeti Cryptic from 4C.
Yeah, white Cryptek in zombie green. Great way to represent us.
Sam, you can't fucking talk. You used to work for fucking Range Time.
Oh.
So all your shit's invalid.
Hey.
Go on with the show.
Thank you, Nick.
Hold on. Time out. Nick.
That is beautiful.
Is that a trigger? Is that a
What?
set trigger now?
I'm getting to it.
It's a fucking knuckle.
I can't talk. Nick, just shake your head at him.
Fucking assholes. We're supposed to be friends.
All right.
You won't even let him finish his own damn show. All of you, shut the fuck up and let Humphreys talk about his goddamn EDC.
That's right.
I'll fucking go to work tomorrow. Fuck.
I'm also announcing that Nick is the new co-host of the show right now. So.
Fuck you. Nerd.
Right. I carry the Glock 34, Glockworks competition spring kit, Z4 race connector, and then I have their name was Glock made, but now it is OC Triggers. I'm assuming for legal reasons they had to change their name. Adjustable trigger. Obviously,
really? You can spring for the ZevTech Fulcrum?
No.
This was $35, so that answers that question.
Just saying.
Now hold on. That trigger thing. You were talking about that in the last show that I did with you. Have you shot the gun? Does the gun work? I mean, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I've shot a little bit. Is it a ZevTech? I mean, I've been fortunate to shoot the ZevTech like Sam has. Is it a ZevTech? No. Is it a great upgrade for $35? Yes.
Yeah, but do you know something? Because I'm curious about this. Sam, do you know something about this trigger that he has in his gun that's like...
Never touched it. Never touched it.
No,
I want to get my hands on one of those and run the piss out of it, because for $35, that could be like...
Wait, say that again, for how much?
$35.
$35.
$35. $35.
Don't. This is the end of the show. We've already burned all of the bridges.
Yep.
Staten Island, Jeff Lubin.
Right now, I carry 124 gain Hydroshock shotgun at hollow.
Really? How about them? What you know about them gold dots, yo?
Nothing. Hog fob. If you guys don't know, go to houseofguns.com. Get a hog fob. They're awesome.
What is it?
I had a Kershaw CQ C8, and of course I work in a gun shop, so it got stolen when I left it laying around. So right now I'm trying out the Kershaw Cairo. I don't even know the name of it. And then I carry. I probably knocked it off when I was laughing. Nope, here it is. I have a Streamlight Polytac light that I carry. That is what I carry right now.
Nice. Solid.
So
I don't trust Nick Smith. Look at him.
I'm just
You're either
I'm just trying to keep up.
You're either texting a hooker.
Whoa. No, he's not. No. Kelly would not authorize any of that.
Oh, you're married or something. You're in a relationship.
Boy.
He's saying
pictures.
He's solidly attached. Let's just say that. He's solidly...
I don't. How am I
Hey.
supposed to know that? What am I supposed to keep up with the goddamn, everything?
You're supposed to keep up with my weapon craft Instagram page.
yeah, it's more on Instagram.
All that crap.
Hauptman made me get Instagram, and he's
I
like,
know.
you're missing out on business. And I was like, dude, I can barely manage Facebook. And he's like, just take a picture. And I'm like, yeah, but they're not going to be good. It's been a shit show.
All right.
All
I'm still going to say
on Instagram is make me want to get more tattoos. That's all. That's all he does.
Hauptman, I will bite someone if they try to attack him. I'll cannibalize a human being if they try to hurt Hauptman.
at this point, I'm still going to thank everybody for coming on to the show.
That's a bold move on your part.
Hey, at this point, you're fucking welcome.
Yeah. I was asking for that one. I was asking for that one. But I'll tell you what, through everything we talked about, and some people obviously probably started watching this and started listening and stopped. But I'll tell you what, the best thing, this is going to be total sap, by the way, total sap. The best thing about the firearms industry and doing the show is the people that I've met, hands down. Because I've Adam, Jeff, Nick, Sam, there's Whitey, Lou, there's tons and tons of other people that have been on the show that I've met through the firearms industry, and it's hand down some of the most coolest, down to earth, awesome people that I've ever met, and literally every single one of you are those type of guys to where if you call up and said, hey, show up with $5,000 in ones and tens only and bring guns, and I'd do it, hands down. Doesn't matter for what it is, because that's the kind of people that you really meet in the firearms industry.
Noted. Freaking noted.
Dude, I'm about to, as soon as this shit goes off the air, go up with $5,000 in ones and tens, because we're going to do something weird. Can't guarantee it's going to be healthy or kosher, where anyone's going to escape without an STD positive test. There's going to be something that's going to be weird, and it's going to have your fucking name on it because you said it on the air.
Duly noted.
Keep going. Finish.
But again,
go.
Dare I say that was the perfect example of the cool guys that and girls. I've met a bunch of. That was terrible. I've met a bunch of awesome women too.
Women. Yeah.
Non-gun bunnies, I might add.
The cool white Americans and the males and some of the
straight white American males that have been on my show.
I have met such wonderful white American males, and there was an African American guest, and
is that what I sound like on podcast?
No, that's so you're awesome and you're beautiful. You're awesome and you're beautiful and everybody loves you.
Oh, you are a liar.
The straight white American male on the show.
We went to church and everything was wonderful, and then.
You sound like Walter Cronkite. It's awesome.
Walter Cronkite.
Amazingly, and I don't know how, on our live, we still have over like 30 people watching right now.
Oh my god, 30 people are watching this?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna fill a class with these people. Send me an email. It's on.
Yeah, of total free class.
Yeah,
I'm not getting any
free class of weapon craft.
I don't give a shit what Nick. Yeah, no, Sam, that's a good idea. Hey, anybody that sat through this episode, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. We really appreciate it.
Please go take a free class of weapon craft.
Hold on, Sam. Hold on. Ready? Thank you very much for listening to this episode. I'd like to invite you, if you sat through the entire episode of 198 minutes, to take a free weapon craft.
No, we invite you to take a free weapon craft class up in Maine.
Yes, up in Maine.
please
with
email
your instructor,
weaponcraft.com.
Nick Smith with 1 C.
It's going to be a limited edition class with Jeff.
As opposed to 2 C's?
That's not the point. You're not supposed to be right.
It's Nick No K is what it is. Nick No K.
Hey, at the end of the day, and all the stuff we complain about, and whether people hate you or don't like anything you say, or haters or trolls or whatever, there are some awesome people in this industry. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And you know what? Even after the hell that this show is going to give me, and Jake over at Firearms Radio Network is going to absolutely probably hate the show, I wouldn't trade it for the world. This is one of the best shows I've ever done. And it's just fun to sit there and sit around and talk with just normal, I'm using quotations for those listening on podcast, guys on the show that just will, shoot it to you straight.
Hey, let me say to Jake real quick. Jake, if you're listening at this point, we're sorry. Please don't be so angry.
Who's Jake?
Jake Challenge, Firearms Radio Network. Come on. Come on.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up here because holy cow, we've almost gone 2 hours of. I don't even know what we accomplished. I don't know. Nick, you second that?
I know what we accomplished. You feel better. No, I'm serious. You feel better about your product, and you should, because I think you're doing a fine job, and I would be happy to be on your show anytime. Never again, though, when I'm drinking. Because there's only so many slights that everyone in the rest of the world can take before I am a hunted man. Hunted
man.
Yeah, that sounds so sexy.
I know.
No, seriously, he started life regular man. Now, shut the fuck up, Nick Smith. Now he is a hunted man. He was. You know what you have to say. I'm on.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna wrap it up here. If you're still listening, guess what? Go listen to the Reloading podcast as well. They're free as well. So when you're driving to Maine to get a free course from Nick, listen to the Reloading podcast. It's a great show. It's very informative. And of course, you know what? I really want your feedback here at Practically Tactical. Obviously,
No, you don't.
Send me a hate email. It'll make it on the air. So send all those things to nick@farmsradio.tv. And actually, I should say I did get a bunch of supportive emails, too, after episode 47. A bunch of guys actually had a sense of humor when I said, I appreciate 1911s, that all of them should be in museums. They can take a joke.
Yeah, but not tits.
Not tits. Yep, that's right.
Don't you ever fucking diss tits ever again.
Please give us a review on iTunes, because obviously we need that 5-star rating back. Find us on Facebook. Find Weaponcraft. Go to find Weaponcraft on Facebook. You can also find them at weaponcrafttraining.com, AmericanDefenseMFG.com, American Defense Manufacturing. Find them on Facebook. So I'll leave it out here, guys. I'll leave you guys a couple minutes here if you want to plug anything you're up to, anything you got going on. Peony with American Defense Manufacturing. What's going on? Perfect time to segue to you.
Just hanging out. Been sending Nick pics,
Nick pics? What's a Nick pic?
Ask him.
It's kind of like
sweet stuff.
a dick pic, but your name's Adam. So it's a Adam pic.
It's a Nick pic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a Adam.
Okay, so now we know what's up with you. Nick, how about you?
We actually have a really big project that Weaponcraft and Four Guys Guns is about to launch. We've been working on it for almost a year now, and we are about to set it loose. So we really think that we're going to do some damage with it. So we're really excited to launch it. So
what is it?
I'm not going to tell you before the launch, Sam. But yeah, so we're hoping within the next week or so that'll be everywhere, and you guys will be able to check it out. And
well, what is it? What is it you're launching?
You, Sam. I'm launching you. I built a large catapult-like trebuchet, and I am launching you back to fucking range time so you can fucking load mags for Corey Jetson.
Oh, you fucking fuck.
What is it?
Well, Sam is finally back in the show, and it's funny too. So many people are searching for Sam on the internet because I see it on our podcast website.
Very interesting.
So Sam, And yeah, I've sent you pictures of it, so you see it.
Yeah.
So Sam, let's put the rumors to rest right now. You did not die.
I did not die. I did not go
Of a
anywhere.
cocaine overdose. You did not.
No, I did not. No, I live now in Wisconsin. I work for American Defense Manufacturing. I work in production for the new rifles. Those are coming along nicely, even though, albeit slightly slow. But
Wow, that was a fucking wrong answer.
whatever. Anyway, I do have one right here. There's a new mount coming out soon too. You can see it right there on the video if you're watching.
Bro, offset.
Boom. You also will find me with In Extremis Consulting Group. They're a training company up here in Wisconsin, based in Black River Falls. We offer lots of different really cool stuff. I will definitely say that I am probably the least. I am the least credentialed member of the training cadre. There are a lot of really, really high-speed dudes that are on board with this project. Some really cool stuff going on. So check them out. The link is in my lower one-third, www.inextremisconsulting.com. Out here in the Midwest, really, really good firearms training going on there. So check us out.
All right. Well, Jeff has disappeared, so armdynamics.com. Find Arm Dynamics on Facebook. I'm sure he would approve of everything that just went on this show, and I'm sure everybody just is just a great show, everybody. Just good job all around. Total shit show.
Great show, total shit show. Great show, total shit show.
That should be the name of this whole episode.
Oh, it's probably going to be. But we'll wrap it up. So, as always, guys, we thank you for tuning in. We thank you for listening to us for the most part, as we greatly appreciate it. This is the worst sign-off in the world because after this episode. But anyways, hopefully we'll see you next week. Or I should say, we'll see you next week for another episode of Practically Tactical.